The Danzigers were two brothers, Edward J. Danziger and Harry Lee Danziger, who produced many British films and TV shows in the 1950s and 1960s. According to one profile, throughout the 1950s and early 1960s, their second features and TV series seemed to be on screens everywhere, their pervasive presence forming a part of virtually every British film-goers and television viewers' experience during those years' career. Edward and Harry Danziger were native New Yorkers. Edward studied law and had worked on the Nuremberg trials, while brother Harry had a musical background. They operated a sound studio in New York that specialized in the dubbing of foreign films for U.S. release. Their first feature film as producers was Jigsaw. In 1952 they moved to Britain and began making television films, using resources at various facilities including London's Riverside Studios, Shepperton, Boreham Wood, and Nettleford. Among their first productions was the series Adventure Theatre, which were shown on American television in 1956. Several episodes were compiled as supporting featurettes and released theatrically in the UK during 1954. The screenwriter Brian Clemens worked for the Danzigers. He recalled that the Danzigers would shoot at a variety of British studios and order their writers to concoct a screenplay to use the standing sets. He stated they shot television episodes in 2.5 to 3 days and shot a feature film in 8 to 10 days with a budget of £17,000. In 1956, the Danzigers decided to form their own studio base and founded the New Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire. They converted a former wartime aero engine testing factory into a studio with 6 sound stages and exterior shooting facilities. They later acquired control of the Gordon Hotels Group and moved into the hotel business. They also owned the Shipman and King Cinema Group. New Elstree Studios were sold in October 1965. Their niece is former Judge Leslie Crocker Snyder. Select credits: Jigsaw, So Young, So Bad, Saint, Benny the Dip, Babes in Baghdad, Devil Girl from Mars, Star of My Night, The Final Twist, short, The Javanese Dagger, short, Present for a Bride, short, Diamond Expert, from the TV series The Vice, One Just Man, from the TV series The Vice, The Yellow Robe, from the TV series The Vice, Tale of Three Women, alias John Preston, Count of 12, Yellow Rose, Three-Cornered Fate, Man in Demand, Final Column, Triple Blackmail, Schemer, Fun at the Movies, Satellite in the Sky, Three Crooked Men, The Betrayal, The Depraved, Operation Murder, Son of a Stranger, 3 Sundays to Live, High Jump, Innocent Meeting, Links of Justice, Moment of Indiscretion, No Safety Ahead, On the Run, A Woman of Mystery, The Great Van Robbery, A Woman Possessed, The Child and the Killer, Crash Drive, Date at Midnight, Man Accused, Top Floor Girl, Web of Suspicion, Date at Midnight, Woman's Temptation, Compelled, Escort for Hire, Feet of Clay, Highway to Battle, An Honorable Murder, Identity Unknown, Night Train for Inverness, Operation Stogie, Sentenced for Life, The Spider's Web, A Taste of Money, The Telltale Heart, Transatlantic, 2 Wives at One Wedding, The Gentle Terror, Striptease Murder, The Nudist Story aka For Members Only, The Court-Martial of Major Keller, Fate Takes a Hand, Middle Course, Part-Time Wife, Return of a Stranger, So Evil, So Young, Tarnished Heroes, The Spanish Sword, The Silent Invasion, What Every Woman Wants, She Always Gets the Man, TV series, Calling Scotland Yard. 2 compilation features were released to UK cinemas as Gilbert Harding Speaking of Murder and A Tale of Three Women, The Vice, Mark Saber, The Man from Interpol, The Cheaters, Richard the Lionheart,